Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Tuesday, April 27th, 2021 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is working with nature brings me into the flow of my true power. And today we have Pluto going retrograde. I totally forgot that I meant to look up the date that we have Pluto going direct, but we have Pluto going retrograde for the next several months. I think it's usually like 5-month retrograde. Oh yeah, till 5 or 6, 5.5, all the way through October. So Pluto moves very slowly. Pluto is retrograde or at 26 degrees and will be retrograding back to 24 degrees. So it's not very far or long that it's going. And yet, if you have anything at 26, 25, 24 Capricorn, or if you have anything at 24 to 26 Aries, Libra, or even Cancer, you will be feeling that Pluto challenge transformation energy. And it is a call to rise into your personal empowerment. I will say that I went through Pluto squares this last year, and it's definitely not an easy thing. However, it is this call to rise. Now, for all of us with Pluto going retrograde, it is a call ultimately into personal empowerment and finding that within us. But I really feel like even deeper than finding within us. Thank you, stirring person.
Sorry. I wanted to share something.
In a minute. Even more than that, it does also feel like there's this call to deepen into nature in and through this, letting that remind us like of our power. I will say this is one of the things that's coming up. Nature doesn't give an F, right? Nature doesn't care. Nature shows up and does what nature is here to do. And we're called into that power, but we have all of this conditioning that can oftentimes block us from really listening to that soul energy that we have within us. And so part of this Pluto retrograde is going within and seeing like, what are these blocks we have to listening to this energy, to showing up in this energy, to finding and working with that flow. So first card that I have is the slow down card. Slow down, connect to the earth, and let it show you and remind you of the light and the dark and the primal of connecting to nature. So, besides this Pluto retrograde, which again, chances are you're not going to really necessarily feel, although you may be called to step up into your power in this energy. Besides that, we got some stuff going on. Oh my God. The moon in Scorpio, it's like, I know I was just full, but I'm not done. We have the moon making all of the connections. The moon is going to oppose Uranus, square Saturn, oppose Venus. We have Lilith hanging out with Venus, actually, and a trine with Neptune. And I want to start with the trine because the trine's easy. Trine with Neptune is right here. Listening to your intuition. Let that help guide you in and through these energies. Let that help guide you too as we move through like completing this full moon energy. What needs to be released? What needs to go for you to step into your power, for you to know yourself as an alchemist? Thinking about my Patreon video I just did. You are an alchemist, but there's work that needs to be done. It's not something that just necessarily happens naturally for us. We do have to work our way through it. Now, these oppositions and squares that we're working through, this is where we may come up against our stubbornness or where we may come up with our own wounding that does make this empowerment challenging. That Uranus energy, there may be triggers and they may be electrical. They may shake us to our core. And yet, we are being held by nature. And remembering that and reconnecting to that will help you. That Saturn square, not feeling emboldened to step into your purpose, like having the fear, like so many of us have that fear of stepping up because we could be killed or it's not going to go over well. There's so many reasons why not. And so we may, kind of hit them, clash head on with that. Moon opposite Venus, moon opposite Libra, I have my Lilith in Libra. Sorry. Moon opposite Venus, moon opposite Lilith energy. I feel like so many of us have that Lilith wound where we have been rejected for aligning with nature, for being true to ourselves. And so we may come up against that. We may come up against like fears around our worth or even fears around our gifts again. And yet, can you deepen these roots and keep growing into your light? We are being called. Moon opposite Mercury. You may hear from out there all the reasons why not, all the reasons why you shouldn't be doing this. And yet, the truth lives in you. So, coming back to that, the truth lives in you, and that Moon-Neptune connection will remind you. With that being said, I have a bunch of, besides the slowing down and the inner voice card, which also could be like full moon over energy. We may be feeling full moon over, not really wanting to move much. It's like, oh, I'm exhausted after this peak of energy, after this peak of light, going down into some dormancy. We may be feeling that, but I got the Chariot card in reverse. I've got the Silence card in reverse. And I've got the Consciousness card in reverse. The Consciousness, I think with the Scorpio energy and these challenges, be aware of your reactions. And just be aware with these things coming up. Where are you being shown areas that are not conscious? Where are you being shown areas that are still hidden? That's what I'm getting with this awareness card, because this awareness is about peeling the layers. This is a layer that's deep. It's tucked away. And my feeling with the Silence card is like, this card is the Star card. It's bright future. We're building to this, right? But we've got some work to do, some deeper work to do to get to that place. So keep that in mind. So please hold space for us in our move, working towards it. You can always email me to book a reading. I will be booking the second week of May. And besides that, the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power, and stay curious. Namaste.